I'm so excited to have our next guest. I decided to do this interview because I wanted to learn more about your foundation. So tell us about the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation and your mission. And I want to introduce you first.
Oh yeah.
Jacquelin Leech.
Yes.
And just tell us about yourself and then how you got involved in this foundation.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Jacquelin Leech. I'm our Regional Executive Director with the Southwest region. And my home base is the North and Central Texas, Oklahoma chapter. I've been with the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation for about 13 years and previously as the Executive Director for the chapter, and recently, as of earlier this year, was promoted to our Regional Executive Director. So I really love working for the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. I am one of those that I knew I was going to work in nonprofit, and I really, in particularly, like healthcare nonprofit work and getting behind a mission and helping patients and families. So that's a little bit about how I came here.
That's great. We have Haley Ferrell here.
Hello.
Recently, how long have you now been with the foundation?
Since March. March. So I'm brand new, but I come from a background in nonprofit as well. And just like Jacquelin, I always knew that I wanted to be a nonprofit. I was a finance major in college and fell in love with working for a mission and knew that that's what I wanted to do. So I immediately went into nonprofit work and came to the foundation in March and just fell in love with the team and fell in love with the mission, and excited to be here, have personal connections to the foundation, and it's just absolutely amazing.
I know. Well, I'm thrilled to find out more about your foundation because a lot of times people are involved for women, breast cancer, heart, lung, which I've been involved in all of those.
Mm-hmm.
But when you started with this foundation, I knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
But growing up, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I had like a stomach ache and all the stuff with stomach, and I know everybody that has it, and found out you even have an app to run to the bathroom.
Yes.
But all of the stuff that your foundation is doing. So I would love to hear, what you're actually doing and how you help people, because millions of people have this problem.
Right.
I wouldn't want to talk about my mom, but sometimes she's like, I gotta find a bathroom. Right. And so I'm like, now I'm gonna tell her they have an app for that,
right?
We do.
Even the government and everybody, restaurants, a lot of people are getting involved in that.
Mm-hmm.
But I know with pediatric and having sons, just would like to hear more about your foundation.
Absolutely. So the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation was established in 1967 from really patient families who came forward, and at that time there was little being done to help patients and families who live with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis, and to be honest, not a lot was even really known about these diseases. So we are considered the leader in this work. There's estimated 3 million people in America, children and adults, living with Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. They are autoimmune diseases that affect your GI tract, and Crohn's can affect really anywhere from your gums to your bum is the proper way we say it around here. And ulcerative colitis is where the inflammation is strictly in the large intestine or your colon. And there is no cure. So what we are doing here at the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation is our mission is twofold. So one, we're trying to find cures for these diseases. And in the meantime, we're working to improve patients' lives. And we do this through education programs and resources, support groups, support programs, our wonderful camp for children. We also are really big into advocacy and working with volunteers across the country. Awareness is another big piece, so we can really break down the stigma and raise awareness for patients, because they really tend to feel pretty isolated by the symptoms and nature of these diseases being a bathroom disease. No one really likes to talk about that. And of course, research is really where we're driving a lot of the funds we raise to learning more about what are the causes and advancing treatment options and ultimately finding those cures.
So what actually is Crohn's? I mean, I know I have a couple of friends that have mentioned that, but I'm not sure if you want to share with our audience exactly what that is, or what are the symptoms that you may have. Crohn's or colitis.
Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis make up this term called inflammatory bowel disease, IBD, different from IBS. So IBD is where inflammation is happening anywhere throughout your GI tract. And it is an autoimmune disease, so your body is essentially attacking itself. And so most of that inflammation, like I said, is in your body, in your GI tract. And so those symptoms are diarrhea, constipation, nausea, fatigue, bloody stool, sometimes malnutrition because you're not able to really keep anything down or really get those nutrients. A really common way that pediatrics are diagnosed is what we call failure to thrive. So they're not growing at their yearly physical and they're really underweight. There's a lot of fatigue, joint pain. So it really can manifest outside of the GI tract to that joint pain, your eyes, your skin. So it can be really tough to diagnose. And over the years, we've been really impressed to see that our healthcare community has advanced that. So where within the last 10 years, that diagnosis period is really shrinking. At one time, it was 2 to 3 years, patients would be enduring these symptoms and living with these diseases without an answer. Like it's just in your head, or it's, that's a nervous tummy.
Right,
But we're so glad that just with the advances that have been made and the education and the awareness that patients are getting those diagnoses sooner.
Wow, that's great. We're here. You can see maybe the traffic going by in Dallas, but is this your headquarters for the whole organization?
This is only our headquarters for our chapter office.
Okay.
So yeah, we are based out of New York City, right there in Midtown. And so our chapter office, we serve really everything from New Braunfels all the way north through Oklahoma, and we have East and West Texas as well. So our chapter has a really big territory and a really lean team of 4. So we're grateful to have really wonderful volunteer partners who help carry out that work we do in our area. So
I know I was on your website and just seeing all of everything that you're doing, but how can, people reach out to you? Do they reach out to you for help if they're in different communities that may not be able, what kind of services do you provide?
Yeah, so we love for patients to find us. We often say we're the best kept secret, and of course we don't want to be, but we have so many wonderful resources to help really at patients and their families at any stage of their journey, from diagnosis to living 30-40 years with it. So they're finding us through the website Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org, finding us through our chapter, maybe social media as well. We do have some type of presence there, and they even find us through our different events that we host in our local communities. We love when we hear they find us through their doctor. So if the doctor is recommending go to the Crohn's Colitis Foundation or get involved in your local chapter, because we are the hub of this community of patients, families, healthcare providers, and supporters. And so we often hear patients come looking for that piece, right, to get to know others who know what they're going through.
That's great. So speaking of events, Haley,
Yes.
tell us, you have a couple coming up. You have a walk, and then next month you have, maybe a couple large events and one big one in Fort Worth.
Yes.
You want to share what's going on?
Yeah, absolutely. So our first event that we have coming up is a cocktail competition for a cause, and that's going to be on September 6th in Fort Worth. We're really excited. It's one of our most anticipated events of the year, where guests can expect an evening of flavorful cocktails brought together by local bartenders. They're going to be putting on a competition. Super exciting. There's going to be 8 cocktails and 2 mocktails through this competition, and restaurants and bartenders go head to head to earn best cocktail in Cowtown. So we're super excited about that, and just coming together for a great cause to learn more and spread awareness. There's going to be an auction. There's going to just be a whole bunch of fun things that people can do together. A speakeasy inspired environment in Fort Worth. So get prepared and come together, and that's just going to be a perfect mix of fun and philanthropy there. And then we also have another special event in November. It's our annual dinner, Night of Champions, and that one's going to be a really amazing event where we have some curated chef experiences and wonderful live auction and raffle items to go around, and just getting together again for a great cause in Dallas, and getting to know other people in the community. I am over the Oklahoma Take Steps walk. That's in October 4th. And that's a community event, family friendly, where everybody in Oklahoma City is going to come together and get to know each other. It's really a great event for those that are dealing with IBD or want to learn more, can learn more about the foundation, but also come together and talk with others with IBD. It's a great first step and introduction to our foundation, and it's a great place for them to come together and hear from honored heroes and get to speak with others and just walk for a good cause.
That's wonderful. Are you still able to get tickets for your upcoming events, and where would people go to register, or if they want to be a sponsor?
Yeah, absolutely. So sponsorships are always available. I will say that craft is completely sold out already. So we're really excited.
Congratulations. Good job.
Yes, we're really excited. Craft is completely sold out, and we have a packed room, and it's going to be a really amazing event. But you can get involved by, volunteering with us, sponsoring with us. You can do that by getting in contact with us, going to our website to see all of our upcoming events and all of the opportunities that we have.
And that's Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. So from there you can find our chapter and a local chapter near you if you're not in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So
I know. Well, that's great. You shared a lot of information that I'm learning more about. Like you said, there's so many other organizations, from your heart to other organs, but the stomach, I think we all start with, being a mom, from feeding the babies. I have a stomach ache, I think, from young, and what to do with that. But all of the resources that your foundation provides, had no idea, so I wanted to share it, and I'm just excited. I'll be attending the event in September 6th.
Yes.
And really looking forward to that. Do you have anything else to add that in closing you'd like to share with the audience, just to get involved, get online?
Come check us out, Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. We'd love to have you join us at one of our upcoming events, or get involved, learn more about our corporate sponsorship opportunities. And if you are someone who's experiencing some symptoms and you really just want to learn more, or you're recently diagnosed, we really have a plethora of resources online and would love to be able to help you.
Oh, the other thing I saw that I just registered for online was all of the recipes that you have.
Oh, yes.
Such a great resource.
That was a great website with some great recipes, because I have a touchy stomach. I don't even know if you have to have a touchy stomach, but just healthy, so you don't get that inflammation and all of that.
And you can remove ingredients. So if you are gluten intolerant or cannot tolerate dairy, you can modify your filters, and we have over 500 recipes on our gut friendly recipes website. So
that was great. I just started going through them. But thanks, Jacquelin. Thank you, Haley, for sharing
Thank you,
more
Pam.
about your foundation.
Awesome.
Thank you.